Hey, Dragon, are you ready to be slayed?
Small town, Union City, and there's really nothing left to do around there. And Jake started training. I saw him pull the gloves on. He said he was fighting, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why would you want to do that?" And then, you know, I went through some hard times. I needed something to relieve my stress, so I started training with Jake, and you know, and I got something out of it. And I kept going back, and I got addicted to it. And then by accident, I started fighting. Now I'm doing it for a living, which to me is probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
And I feel on my end with them, I've helped them out, open up their mind and how to mix the sport together with their stand-up, their jiu-jitsu, and their wrestling, you know, where they don't, their body just moves and everything's fluid to where they're not just splitting, I'm just gonna do stand-up, I'm gonna do wrestling, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu. They mix it together well, and I feel like I've helped them out.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I've waited for years to do this. A lot of my friends are too tight with their money to come to my fights, but they get to watch it free on TV now, and I hope my hometown in Union City, Tennessee is watching. They're really the only people I care about watching, because that's where I grew up, so I hope they're the ones, all my friends and family watch me fight that night.
One thing growing up in sports, I always looked up to Zach, being the older brother. He's always had a lot of heart. When he gets tired, he always finds that little extra bit of gas in his gas tank, something I've always struggled to do. And I think just from growing up, seeing the heart he showed, this is something that's really going to pay off in the fight.
My beginnings with the Underwoods started back when we all started fighting together in the same amateur circuit around Arkansas and Tennessee, Mississippi, everywhere, Kentucky. Then we hooked up, started training together, started promoting fight shows together, and built a bond with the Underwoods throughout fighting, promoting, and training together.
The training's been good. I try not to surround myself with a bunch of yes men. I mean, Jake and Andy and, you know, Abe, Zach, and Joe, you know, they come in here and they put me through hell, you know. I mean, they know I'll do what I tell them to do. I'll do what they tell me to do. I mean, they'll put me through back workouts, they'll do shark tanks, fresh man every minute, no breaks. I mean,
yeah, Zach puts in the work. I know he's up every morning running, doing his road work, and that's key to cutting weight and getting that endurance. Anything he does with me, he just rolls his eyes back and he fucking does it. Whatever I tell him to do, he'll listen. He don't look at me and say, that shit ain't gonna work for me. He listens, and he'll add it to his game the best way that he can. I don't want him to fight like me or change up his way of fighting. I'm gonna add to his game and his all-around attributes of what he does well, and fix what he doesn't do well. And right now he's hitting on all cylinders. He's scrambling real well. He's boxing real good, and his footwork's doing good, and everything we've worked on with him, between me, Jake, Abe, and Zach and Joe with the wrestling, he's putting in the time, and he's getting the work out of it.
A lot of fighters always talk about the hard times they have and how you should be scared of them because they have nothing to lose. But I think people like Zach and myself are more dangerous because we do this because we love to do it and we want to compete and we want to win.
literally dying 5 to 6 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day. And Jake is my trainer too. He's been my trainer since I started. And he knows my breaking points. He knows how to push me. He knows how to, of course, everybody knows Jake knows how to piss you off. And Jake knows what words to tell me to get me going. So, you know, I was away from Jake for a while. Now we're back together again. And, you know, it's great to have him back and in shape too. You know, Jake's cardio is pretty dangerous.
I'm glad Zach's fighting the Dragon 23-8. I don't think that the Dragon really has much to offer other than his aggression. I just think it's another chance for Zach to prove he belongs in the UFC. And we're not looking past this fight. We're not looking, oh, hey, he gets a title shot. Us, our ultimate goal is the UFC, and this is just another stepping stone for what I see.
I just want to be a war. I train for war. People are always telling me your fights go to decision. Well, unlike most people, I take tough fights. Because I know tough fights, get you prepared mentally for you get into another tough fight. You've been there before, and I've been through a lot of them. So I'm ready for war. I want everybody to know when they watch my fight on TV, they're going to see a war. That's what I train for. Either I'm going to knock them out, or it's going to be a 3-round battle.
Training for this fight, we like the matchup because they're both aggressive, and we've prepared Zach for this matchup. I think he'll be ready. He has really good training partners. We're all aggressive, just like the guy he's fighting, and I think we're actually going to use his aggression against him. I'm not really concerned with the guy's jiu-jitsu. Obviously, his wrestling is really non-existent. If he wants to stand and bang with Zach, I think Zach will make it a short night.
He's a tough guy, and I know I'm in for a war. He's had 31 fights. He's from Brazil, and I have a lot of friends in Brazil, and we're some tough dudes, but I'm from West Tennessee. We're pretty damn tough here, too,
XFC really does show how far we've come, because Zach and our first day of training was in our backyard with dirt and rocks and pebbles everywhere. I mean, we started out doing this just because we were competitive, didn't know we'd be able to make a living out of it. To come as far as we've come in this short time, I just think shows how much farther we're going to go. It's a blessing that we moved to Memphis, trained with Andy, and had Zach Hance with the wrestling, Joe Pass, Abe Wilson with the jiu-jitsu, and getting to work for good people. We work under Pincer. It's been a real blessing for us.
Fighting for Bellator, it was a great opportunity for him and me both. We fought on the same night, but I feel he got screwed out of his showing. He got the main event slot. He got moved around since he was on the undercard, and it ended up where his fight didn't even get videoed or put on the internet or anything like that. So for the live stream, he didn't really get the recognition for that fight. All he has is pictures, and some of those pictures he's in bad positions. And Chris Coggins is a good fighter. And they're friends. They know him. I know of him. He got put in bad positions, and he prevailed. He got rocked. He didn't get rocked, but he got hit in the stomach with that body kick and prevailed through that, all the bad situations, and nobody gets to see that because it wasn't videoed. And like I said, his training camp for this fight, we've amped it up a lot because, like Jake said, he's fighting. I don't even know how to say the guy's name because we're in America, but the Brazilian guy, he's 23-8. We've amped up the game because of his record. We're not going to take him lightly, but we also know that in Brazil, those fights are all his fights. Okay, Zach's 10-4 as a pro. He's also got a lot of amateur fights too. People don't want to count amateur fights. That's fine, but that's experience, and Zach's got just as much experience as the Brazilian guy, the Dragon. So he's ready. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, good things happen to the guys that wait and just put in the work, and it'll prevail for him. He's getting a CoMain slot on Access TV Live, and it's awesome. We're building a team here in Memphis, Pincer Athletics, and we have 8 of the top pro guys that anybody can train with in the area, and we're open to anybody. Everybody looks at us certain ways, rumors, back talk, anything. It's all negative. It's all bullshit. Until you come to the gym and you see how we act and you see how we do stuff, you'll join the movement one day.
I get hit in the head a lot with training with these tough guys over here at Pincer Athletics. So I don't really remember a lot of specifics, but I have one real memory seared in my brain is Zach always comes to fight. And he's never going to back down from the fight. So the kid, he's fighting the Dragons. He's in for a rough go. And he's been helping me a lot with my stand-up. He's been up to Duke Roofs' camp, and he's been training all over. He goes to places to help him. And he's helped me with a lot of the stand-up, and I help him with the wrestling. And this guy's in for a long haul because he's prepared. He's in here every day giving it all he's got. And, it's one thing I can say about the Underwoods. they've been fighting ever since I've been fighting. I've been knowing them for fighting. So they've been in the game for a long time. They love it. It's a family affair with them. Their mom's into it. You know, the kids love it.
First thing I do, I wake up and get that coffee in me, and then I go straight to the gym, you know, and get my running in, because I cut a lot of weight, you know, and I have a lot of guys come in to roll with me. You know, I have guys like Andy then come in, and right after that, we'll spar, do a lot of the crazy hard stuff. Then I'll, you know, do some strength training with Jake, and then end the night with pads and more sparring. You know, it's just a grind, and it's a way of life. And, you know, it sucks, but I love it.
He's prepared for this fight, and this guy's got a tough challenge ahead of me. And on the 19th, I think y'all are going to be real excited to see Zach fight, because you won't see him on the 20th. Go Zach! Dragon's breed father, but they can't handle that thunder. That's for sure. So Thunderwood's gonna pound him into submission and make him quit. Turn him to a little gecko.
Yeah, my fight's April 19th. It's going to be on Access TV. Probably be around 8:30, 9 o'clock when my fight happens, maybe earlier than that. So come watch me on TV April 19th, and April 20th, you probably won't see me anywhere. So I'll probably be partying, drinking a beer somewhere. Just keeping it real, man.
You know, everybody talks about the Dragon being 23-8. That's 31 fights. Zach and I growing up, we had 31 fights a day. You know, and where I was from, it wasn't one-on-one. Somebody would be driving down the road and just randomly decide to jump out of the truck and join in on Zach or me. Baseball bats, you know, sometimes knives, tasers, you know, been shot at. So 31 fights from this guy's nothing to us. I know Zach could take a beating because I beat his ass every day growing up. He was the older brother, but I had more heart. So Dragon better bring it. Is that okay, Zach? I said, was that okay? Yeah. Okay.